Hi, I'm miltonchang of Bonsaiheirloom. I want to update these three black pines. I had a fear of not being able to manage black pine because people make me feel like black pine is so difficult to do. It's really not true what I found after doing these three. These three trees, I probably did it about 2 years ago to start. And I've been working on them to give you an update about every 6 months. So this is another 6 months gone by. And you can see from the video, these were quite bare, but this one didn't grow as much because I actually disturbed the roots and repotted it, reoriented it, but it's starting to come out. So it will be quite full 6 months from now like this. So today what I'll do is I spend most of the time working on these two, let this one grow out. So 6 months from now, I'll work on it with you to show how it make the progress. So some people wrote me quite angrily, some of them, that I cut back my trees too drastically. I don't know what I'm doing. But my argument is that if I don't make drastic cuts, how would the tree become drastic or become a bonsai quickly? Or how do I reduce a big tree into a small one? So these are the three, these two are the Home Depot maple. This one, in fact, is broken out from one of the maple trees I bought from them. And we worked on that about 5 weeks ago, and you see how they grew up already. So one way to quickly have a bonsai is you cut it drastically, and then you let it grow out, and you wait about, let's see, 6 weeks or 3 months, then you clip it again, because the branches will be quite long and quite strong. And this way you can increase ramification quickly. Although I think to keep the trunk grow thicker, leave it in the pot without cutting it in a growing pot for a year to 6 months or to cut it drastically. So the ramification doesn't happen as fast, but the trunk will get thicker. So for example, this one, as I said, it was just from a branch broken off from, you can see this is the product broken off from the main trunk. Here's the breakage point. And now if I put it in a bonsai pot, look at that. That's a very respectable bonsai. Of course, I have to do a lot more work to make it look nice. Or maybe I should actually do it probably at this orientation. That's a nice bonsai. And really 2 years. But you got to know what you're doing. And I think my technique is pretty decent. I will not put it in a pot now because I'd rather see it grow thicker first and more ramification. So I would say next spring, next fall, I'll put it in a bonsai pot. It will look really, really nice. So that's the process of making a bonsai from a nursery tree that's intended for landscaping. So let me work on the small one first. This is when I got it, I would say a year and a half ago, it was a 2-year-old seedling, and I put it in my good soil and let it grow. And prune it, you can see 6 months ago, I made it quite bare. But now all these are coming out, the needles, the candles. And I cut the candles so that they all split up. Now, I don't have too many shohin, in a sense, a small bonsai. So I rather like to make a really tiny little tree, maybe make this the apex. So the tree will be only about this tall. Well, that's definitely a shohin. But this branch is big, and it's going out like this. So I have two approaches that I can do. One is to bend the heck out of this, almost breaking it to make it go down. So you can see that this is going down, and I may even wire or guy wire it. And then this tree comes up. So you have a tree that's coming up this way and then go this way, and this is a lower branch. And I think that looks pretty nice. So this one, I may even do something drastic which is to cut this, break this part a little bit at the joint. That's really crazy. People would cringe, but that's what I do. Let's see, I want to go that way, so I cut here. Okay, I cut a little bit. Now it will bend. It will start to break. But the fact the other side is connected, that's just fine. So that becomes a lower branch, you see? So this crazy guy is doing crazy things, but it works. Quick and easy. I cracked that side of the branch, so when I push it down, this is a cut, but the cambium layer is connected on that side, and so that's just fine. And then I would use a guide wire or tie it, or tie wire, whatever you want to call it, to tie to the branch so I don't have to use a very thick wire and to wire it. This is a very thin wire, so that's quick and easy instead of having to wire it. I got a nice bend, very drastic bend, without killing the tree. And now what happens is that this is going to become the main branch. So I got a nice turn, and this main branch is pointing up. Therefore, it will grow fast. So pretty soon, this branch will be thicker than this branch. And so, in fact, what I'll do is the following. I will do a little wiring. I mean, there's nothing religious about not wiring. So, like, actually, I don't even need to wire in this case. I think this will be a fine apex, this candle. And this can be cut off. And then if I cut off here, these needle will become branches later. Oh, actually, this is actually a better branch going down already. And then so pretty soon, this one is a sacrificial branch will help this thing get thicker. But you will have a tree coming up, have a turn going up, and then you can put this branch or that branch in the back. In fact, there's a branch below, so I just cut this off so there will be branches coming out naturally. And this is more or less at the crotch, so I don't like that. So this branch is coming up. You want this to be the apex, this one to be the side branch. What you really want to do is that branch coming out this way. And so, in fact, what I'll do is I cut this off. That's on the wrong angle. And then there's branches here. So I may seem a little crazy. Let me cut it off and make this into a gin. And 6 months from now, this branch will be going, well, this is not quite right either, but that's okay for now. This branch will grow out this way, and then this branch will come up this way to the apex, and this will thicken, and I may cut this off. And so that's going to be a nice shohin. You may not see it now. 6 months from now, you'll see the process, how they become a good-looking shohin bonsai very quickly. So by the time when I'm done, I'll be working on this for 2 years from a year and a half seedling or 2-year seedling. So 4 years from a seed, it's becoming a shohin bonsai. So even this little guy, I cut off quite a bit. So let me put it back and work on the next one, serious one. This is not so serious. So when you put it in the pot, you put the apex up this way in the sense of this angle this way, so that when it comes out, or when it grows the next time, it'll be closer to your design objective. So the tree will be then coming up this way, and then we'll comb out the roots to display the rootage and put them in a position so the roots will look nice, complementary to the trunk as well. And this will probably be cut off anyway, but to leave there as a sacrificial branch to thicken the part below. So that's it for this tree. So this is the when we cut up 6 months ago. I said this tree is probably 10 to 15 years old from a seed, and that's what it looks like. And I had it for maybe 2 years, and I've been working on it. It's thickened. It's had a lot of more growth or ramifications since. And so I wanted to basically show you how to make the needle size uniform and also dense. And a couple of principles to keep in mind about pines is that, you see, like this is a very long growth. And you bend it to see if you can make it a part of the design. So for example, if you twist it a little bit, actually there's not enough restoring forces to really push it back. Now you have a trunk that's the branch that's going out this way. And then now, if you cut it off here, the few needle, the grouping of two, the needle group may become branches to come out. And so like this, you basically want to have paths going up like this. So what you can do is that you are now hoping, in fact, cut off even a little bit lower. Over here, it will branch out into several grouping, and then you can cut it again next time. And then this one, you really don't want this branch to go that far. You rather use this branch, so you cut it off. So that's how you shape it. And then this is too far gone, so maybe you do it here so they will branch out into multiple cones, multiple clusters right here. And to encourage more the energy going to the desirable parts, you cut off the ones that you don't you don't need to use. So you just cut off this, and then next time you will have multiple clusters pointing upwards. Now, when you do this, the cluster, the needles, or the candle and the needle comes out, may become bigger or more because more energy will go in there. So it does not, the tree will not look very uniform into needle length. But if you do it 3-4 times, gradually everything will be have similar experience. They wind up growing the same needle length and so forth. So again, it takes time, but it's just a matter of doing it systematically. After a couple of years of trimming, the trees will have very uniform needles and very densely clustered. So now let me just come to the front and do each part, fast forward to each part to show you what it will look like at the end. And then 6 months from now, we'll show you again what it will look like, so you know the process of working on a black pine. Like I said, I was very fearful of not being able to do a good black pine. Now I found it's very easy, no big deal. You know, people always make a mystery out of what they do to make themselves feel important, but really, actually, everything in the world is very easy if you just think about it. So this tree right now, I kind of like this to be the apex, but you know, why don't I just use this as the apex, which has already gotten started? Actually, this is good. This is the right angle. So I don't want it to be too much taller, so I cut it here. So the cluster will occur here, so the tree will be only about this tall, and keep it this tall. And then I will try to bend it a little bit before instead of wiring it, and get them into the position I want. So I just keep going, and we can fast forward. So today I did the shohin, the small black pine, and one illustration is that you have to tilt it to turn the tree to get the angles you want it, the depth and so forth. And I also show you how I scar the branch so I can bend it. So long as it's connected, it should be fine. And then for this bigger tree, which is a 15-year-old or so bonsai I bought from a friend who's moving away, it was in a growing pot, but I put it in this pot and we work on it trying to increase the ramification. So just for the fun of it, for example, like right now this tree is growing like this. That's pretty nice, but just look at this. If I just cut this off and put this one down and pull this one up, you can see the tree is much shorter instead of this tall. It's that short and it's got one more turn. So in fact, that's what I'll do. So what you do is you just keep looking at the tree and see the design opportunity change, and then you just do it. So this branch likely is going to be not used. So I use that for guy wire, and I can do it like this, which is very easy. I don't need to use a thick wire to wire it, to bend it. But I just tie it to an eyeball in the back, and you can see I have a much shorter tree, which is desirable, I think. And it also got one more interesting turn. So that's the process. You just keep looking at it, come up with ideas, and just do it. And you can make no mistakes. It will recover for you to redesign, and just have fun with it. And this one I'm leaving alone because 6 months ago, after I cut it, I also repotted it into this pot and wind up cutting off quite a bit of roots to shorten it to fit. So it's set back a bit, but it's coming back. So 6 months ago, it will be just as vigorous, and I'll do that again. I thank you very much for watching. If you find that informative and useful, please click like and tell a friend I want to build a big, large bonsai heirloom community so we can share ideas and make it truly a productive club, so to speak. So please go to our website to sign on to get on our mailing list so that we can tell you when we have new announcements. Of course, subscribe to our channel and tell a friend, and I hope to see you next week. Thank you very much.